What's all these scratches in the dirt? Some sort of ritual.
The skies are full of dark clouds lately. I don't like it.
You defended Fort Virac against General Sarian. A friend of mine fought there.
If you're headed up that way, watch out for the crazy High Elf lady. She's shrill enough to make even the nastiest critters down here tuck tail and run. Her name's Talene. She hired me to find her husband, so I did. Now the old Horker's going on about having one last adventure. He wants to go after some creatures in the mine. Talene asked me to join him, but I'm not trying to die down here. Don't know. Go find him if you're so curious. His name is Vigil. Says they used to call him the hero of the Hafingar back in his glory days. Got to admire his spirit, but you ask me, I think it's time for him to find a new line of work.
Get yourself killed, you old fool! See if I care! That man infuriates me so much I could incinerate him with a fire summoning, then dump his ashes into a resurrection pot just so I could do it again. I married the damn fool, so I suppose I have no one to blame but myself. You heard right. Vigil reached 73 years old last month, but still thinks he can adventure like he's 20. He heard rumors about strange beasts picking off miners down here, so he and Pickle set out to kill a few for old time's sake. Vigil's dog and favorite adventuring companion. I trust him to keep Vigil safe most days, but he's getting up in age too. Pah, I should have never married a Nord. Always with the heroics. Would you help him? I'll pay you what I can. Thank you. Vigor may be an old fool, but he's my old fool. And God's damn it, I don't know what I'd do without him. You'll find him in the mine. He can't have gone far. I was giving him an earful just a few minutes ago. It's been abandoned for years. The locals call it Lightless Hollow. Some say it's haunted. Rumors started popping up about awful pale creatures lurking inside. There were attempts to reopen it, but the miners who tried never came back out. Besides being a courageous idiot, he's the greatest man I've ever known. He's proud, whip-smart, and surprisingly fit for his age. But he ignores his own limitations far too often. Now that he's getting older, I worry for his health.
What is it, Pickle? You smell something, boy. Lightless Hollow is a dangerous place to wander, friend. I've heard rumors of bloodthirsty creatures roaming these tunnels. I fear they might be the ones responsible for a group of missing miners. If you value your life, I advise you to turn back. Yes. And that's putting it kindly if the rumors are true. I've heard them called a number of different things. Bogles, clattercoats, snow ghosts. Pale, hunched things with noses like bats and pointed ears. I plan on killing any I see. You ran into Telene, did you? A good woman. But the older I get, the more she worries. I'll admit I'm not as young as I used to be. But can I not have this one last adventure? I've made my decision. Come along if you like, but don't try to stop me. Lovely. Pickle and I are glad to have you, right, boy? I think he's found an odor of interest. He's quite the tracker, you know. Follow that scent, Pickle. Lead on, and we shall endeavor to keep pace. Got something, Pickle? Lead on. What is it, Pickle? Good boy. One of the miners. Poor bastard. Sorry we were too late. How strange. A blade made of chitin. How odd. I've never seen anything quite like it. The craftsmanship is unusual, too. Aside from the fact that no one uses them, at least no one that I've ever heard of. Harvesting chitin tough enough to use as a weapon is much more complicated than simple forging. It's not easy work, which is why you don't see them around too often. It's possible these Bogles are intelligent enough to do something other than steal livestock and haunt nightmares. But one blade is hardly enough to go on. This looks like where the miners set up camp. See if you can find anything else of interest. Pickle seems to be onto something. You search the camp while I see what he's onto. mystery demons. Did you find something? Must have been terrible. I can't imagine being stuck down here, afraid that something is lying in wait in the darkness. Was there anything else? Perhaps they still live. Maybe we're not too late after all. That gives us something to go on, at least. Looks like Pickle's got a scent again. Let's follow him. Wait for us, boy! Well, look at that. I suppose we found our dwarven ruins. Sorry. I got ahead of myself. Not to worry. Pickle will help you find another way round.
You're not one of those things. I didn't think I'd see another living person down here. I was. We were down here to reopen this place after it got abandoned, but we got attacked by these horrible monsters. They overran our camp, dragged the others off. I managed to get away, but gods, it was awful. They were pale and sickly looking, hunched over like old hags with sharp teeth. Had this weird armor, too. They killed Trilva. He was my friend. They're going to kill the others, too. I just know it. Stop them, please, I beg you. I'm getting out of here. Please, find the others. Save them.
You made it! Not that I had any doubt. Pickle's sense of direction is unparalleled. Couldn't ask for a finer adventuring companion. Did you have any trouble along the way? Then we must mount a rescue. How thrilling! I couldn't have asked for a better send-off. I'll scout an escape route for us to ensure that we have a way out. You track down the miners. We'll meet up and make our dashing getaway. Excellent! Keep Pickle with you. He's likely to come in handy. Oh, this is shaping up to be a fine last adventure. We're not finished yet, I know, but I'm already in your debt. You've helped grant an old man's last foolhardy wish. Let's finish this!
Kain, please get us out of here. We had to watch as those hideous creatures killed our friends. I can still hear the screams. I just want to go home. How did you even find us down here? Oh, that must have been Skeg. Thank the gods he's still alive. Those monsters are everywhere. How are we going to get out? Lead on. We'll do our best to keep up.
Quickly, up here! Excellent work, my friend. And Pickle, of course. Come, we must not waste time. I've found another way out of here. The passage beyond this door is the most direct route back to the camp. Though, there is one small problem. Unfortunately, once I passed through it, a switch was set off, and it locked behind me. I've a bit of experience with dwarven mechanisms, actually. There's a trick to releasing them from the ledge above the door. My grappling device should get me up there. And remind me to tell you how I discovered it sometime. Oh, it's a fine story. When I give the word, you throw the door lever, while I tug on the counterweight. The door should open with no trouble. I'll need to keep a solid grip on the counterweight to keep it from closing on you. You let me worry about that, friend. Just get everyone else out safely. Now, if you're ready, let's get a move on. The culmination of my final adventure awaits.
The sooner we get out of this place, the better.
Okay, shouldn't be but a moment. Just need to find the proper... There it is! Bit more! There! Wait! Something's coming! Go, get to safety! I'll draw them away!
You made it. But wait, where is my husband? Where's Vigor? What's become of my husband? He what? How could you let him do that? How could you leave him behind? He could have... Oh, Vigor, my love. No, please no. I can't bear this world without you by my side. Why did he have to go and do such a thing? I suppose you're right. He truly was a great hero. Perhaps it was a fitting end for him. Thank you for going into that dark place at his side. It comforts me to know that he wasn't alone down there.
Don't plan the funeral just yet, love.
Vigor, is it really you?
Who else? Ah, what a finale that was! Sorry if I gave you a bit of a scare. That was closer than I'm proud to admit. But it all worked out, didn't it? This has been a memorable conclusion to a long and storied career. Thank you for your fellowship. And your indulgence. Escape? Bah! I drove them off, killed as many as I could. But I had to run when I got the opportunity. It's not exactly a comfort to know the myths of pale beasts that steal babes and slaughter livestock are real. But it felt good to gut some. Not sure I really want to know. Anyway, thanks for looking after Pickle. The way he's looking at you, oh, I don't know that he's ever looked at me that fondly. I think you've made a friend for life. And you've certainly found one in me as well. I used my wits, my faithful dog, and my grappling hook to rescue those who needed rescuing, and made it back in one piece. Best of all, I made a new friend. It was everything I hoped for and more. Here, take this as a token of my appreciation. Now, I take on the most challenging adventure of all. Marriage. Full time. I got damn lucky with Talene. She's better to me than I deserve. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making it up to her. My friend, I will always be the king of my castle, but from now on, I think I'll let Talene make all the decisions. I'm happy just to be with her. Wherever she takes me, I'll gladly go.
Thank you again for what you did. We'll never forget the courage you and Vigor displayed. We are in your debt.
Now, I take on the most challenging adventure of all. Marriage. Full time.
Thank you for assisting my fool husband. I hope he's ready for warmer weather, because I plan to drag his sorry ass to Somerset and keep him there permanently. Yes, it's relaxing. Somewhere we could build a home. I'd show him the beaches, warm waters, and... He'd be so bored there. Maybe we'll travel instead. See all of Tamriel while he's still healthy. It will be an adventure for him, but a safe one. Thanks again for bringing him home.
We are in your debt, stranger. Thanks to you, we can return to our hearths and hearts.
thank you again for what you did.
After all this, I'm going to Solitude and staying there.
You touched a glowing egg, and then talked to a tree. Must have been strange.
Ah! Oh, thank God you're not one of these tomb robbers. Or another ghost. I've had my fill of ghosts. Mainly one ghost, honestly. A distant ancestor. Every time I try to sleep, he's in my dreams. I've barely had an hour's rest since I came to Dusktown. It's going to kill me if it doesn't drive me mad first. He's been calling me here, I think. To put him to rest, I think. He's being tormented as much as he's tormenting me. I came to this terrible place to find his remains. But the tomb robbers have angered the dead, and I'm terrified to step foot into the barrow alone. My damned ancestor is the traitor Jarl. Hagridden. He was buried alive in the Midnight Barrow long before I was born. Unfortunately, he has no tomb, and what's left of him has been scattered around by these Draugr thieves. My family only speaks his name to curse it. I'm told he betrayed his hold, so he was cast into the Midnight Barrow with other exiles and traitors, far out of reach of Sovngarde. I can't say whether he deserved that, but I know he suffered for it. Call it a feeling. What I've seen in my dreams are a jumble of incoherent events and feelings. There's little that I remember that makes any sense, but when I wake, there's a pall that hangs over me, like I've been wronged somehow. This place, I think. I've only seen glimpses of it in my dreams. It used to be a place where terrible criminals were exiled to be forgotten, until it met the same fate. Faded into myth, just like Blackreach. Ghouls picking the bones of the dead, necromancers and the like. They seem to be the ones who found this old lost barrow. I don't know what they came here for, but they've disturbed Jarl Hagridden, and gods know what else. I saw my ancestors' remains in my dreams, but I only know roughly where they are.
Don't you love me, Hagridden? Do you want to see me grow old, wither, and die? It's a small sacrifice for eternity.
Listen to yourself, Esinia. Even one life is too many. I can't make that kind of sacrifice, not even for you.
Sacrifice? Just what was that woman asking for? I'm not dreaming, right? You saw what I saw? I feel my ancestors' presence here. It's not wise to talk about the dead in their presence. Though I'm already being haunted, so... What did you want to talk about? It sounded like she was trying to convince him to sacrifice someone for her immortality. That's worse than anything my family ever spoke of. No one ever mentioned a woman. Hagridden was never married that I know of. Who was she?
No one would find out, that none of us would survive. One is enough to expose your treason.
I gave no such order!
I have your betrayal pinned in your hand and
So
stained in
that
our
was his
blood.
crime? Sending his soldiers into a trap? I'm not dreaming, right? It's not wise to talk about the dead in their presence. That was always a mystery to me. I was told he forewarned the Reach of an attack, but no one ever said why he betrayed his own soldiers. It never made much sense to me. I feel betrayal in my heart, but he sounded astonished by the accusation. Draugr-kin. They'd sooner make a corpse of you than talk.
There is no rest for the wicked!
Jarl Hagridin has a matter of urgency for you to attend to.
What does he know to send us this far into the Reach?
You have your orders, Thane. I trust you know enough to carry them out.
Who was she to be boss? It's not wise to talk about the dead in their presence. She must have had his confidence. If he trusted her enough to deliver orders to his highest-ranking soldier, then she held a lot of influence. Enough so that his subjects would offer her deference.
For your treason against your hold and your people. We cast you from the halls of your ancestors. May they never know your name.
I did not betray my hold. She's the one who should face your judgment.
Seal him in.
That's everything. Let's get out of here with Hagridin's remains before we join these tortured souls. I can't believe I'm still alive. That place will haunt my nightmares long after my damned ancestor's ghost gives me rest. May I have him, please? I can't help but pity Hagridin, despite what he's put me through. I felt his torment. An eternity in the Midnight Barrow seems cruel, even for a traitor. From what I saw, it seems like he was the one who was betrayed. Was he really innocent? That was my feeling, but I didn't know if it was Hagridin affecting me. I wonder what became of the woman who betrayed him. Did she get what she desired from those people's sacrifice? I'll take them to a temple for consecration, and see that he gets a proper burial. It won't be a Jarl's funeral, but hopefully it'll allow him to reach Sovngarde. Then I can finally get some rest. You've spared us both. Thank you. Oh, the things we do for a good night's sleep.